let me give you all a brief of seventh hack. So I would not take much time of yours. We are a company operating into training and consulting space. We provide certification and non-certification based training in multiple verticals, like a lot of trainings in agile space, lot of certification based training programs for ISO standards. We have a lot of certifications under lead auditor, under internal auditor for all standards. There are multiple certifications for project management, wherein we train people on PMP, Prince2, ITIL. There are multiple project management tools like Primavera 6, MS Projects, and many more. Uh, we also train people in software testing vertical, wherein we provide certification-based training in ISTQB Foundation and advanced level. Uh, few recently launches from ISTQB, wherein there are certifications like Agile-based foundation level and Agile-based advanced level certification from ISTQB in testing vertical. So we are helping in those trainings as well. So a lot of other programs. I would suggest you all to visit our website, which is www.seventhhack.com. You can also visit us on social media platforms. We have good presence in social media platform. You can visit us on our LinkedIn page. We have presence on Facebook, YouTube, Insta, Twitter. So I would suggest you guys do visit us and let us know if we can help you with any of your training requirements. I think that is all from my end. I would not take much time of yours, Shipra. Over to you. I guess you can start now. Thank
Yeah,
you, everyone. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Vivek.
Yeah.
A very good evening to all of you, and I welcome you to the webinar of an effective Scrum Master. So just a brief introduction about me. I am Shipra Agarwal. I am a certified SAFe program consultant and certified Scrum professional. I have been into this agile world for around 5 years, where I have been training for around 4 years now. I've trained people from diverse organizations and in various agile frameworks. And I have been lucky enough that while working and while embarking on this agile journey, I have worked with some of the great coaches and great Scrum teams. So this session is about sharing all those learnings which I had imbibed during my agile journey. So basically the agenda will be to talk about the Scrum basics, facets of Scrum Master, how to be an effective Scrum Master, and question and answer session. So for now, your chat is being disabled. So once we are into the questions round, I'll open the chat and you can post your questions in the chat window. All right, so talking about the core elements of Scrum. So in Scrum, we talk about the 3 roles, 5 events, and 3 artifacts. So the 3 roles in Scrum are Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Dev Team. 5 events in Scrum are the Sprint, Sprint Planning, Daily Scrum, Sprint Review, and Sprint Retrospective. The 3 artifacts are Product Backlog, Sprint Backlog, and Product Increment. Now, when these core elements are being put together and are being woven together, it makes up a simple framework of Scrum, wherein the product backlog, the items are being pulled, the top items into the sprint planning meeting, and the development team, they start working on those items to produce an increment. And on the last day of the sprint, they have a sprint review, which is followed by the sprint retrospective in a very, very brief manner. Now, Scrum Master role is sometimes being misunderstood. Sometimes people think that Scrum Master is like a police officer, he's like a secretary, he's like a hero, he's like a boss. Sorry, Scrum Master is neither of them. Please do not think that Scrum Master is a police officer who has to chase you to complete your work. He's not the secretary, who will be, scheduling your meetings as per the development team's availability, and he's not supposed to take the notes of all the events. He's not any superhero who will, solve all the impediments just before even they have become the impediment for the team. And yes, of course, he is not the boss. He is not supposed to do the appraisal of the teams. So Scrum Master is neither of them. But yes, Scrum Master has many faces. Scrum Master wears different hats. He's a coach, he's an impediment remover, he's a change agent, he's a servant leader. So as a change agent, the Scrum Master is supposed to bring out the changes in the way the agile teams work, in the ways of working of their teams, of the department, and of the organization. As a Scrum Master, you ensure that people understand and enact Scrum framework. They do sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, sprint retrospective, and backlog refinement. As a Scrum Master, you ensure that they craft the sprint goal during the sprint, they produce the product increment while working on the product backlog items. Now, as an effective Scrum Master, you should ensure that the teams, before they actually start doing agile, they are also being agile. So as a change agent, you need to bring the change in the culture of the team, of the department, and of the organization. You have to ensure as an effective Scrum Master that you bring the agility in the ways of their thinking, because agile is a mindset which is defined by values and guided by 12 agile principles. So being agile and then doing agile together enables the agility of the organization, where they can adapt and inspect to change for the competitive advantage. So as an effective Scrum Master, you have to ensure that while the team understands the Scrum practices and follows it, you should also ensure as an effective Scrum Master that the team imbibes the Scrum values. They have 3 pillars of strength by doing inspection and adaptation, and are transparent enough by inspecting and adapting. So that makes you as an effective Scrum Master when you act as a change agent for your teams and for your organization. As a coach, the Scrum Master, you should have trust and belief in your team to bring out the best in everyone. I remember that, I was being made Scrum Master for one of the teams. And while I was I went to their daily Scrum for the very first day. And if I remember correctly, I think there were around 8 team members. So they completed their daily Scrum in about 40 minutes. So the very next day, what I did was I simply took a whistle along with me. And then on the next day, when I took a whistle along with me, exactly after 15 minutes, I blew up the whistle. And I said, hey teams, we are done. Please go back to your desk. And the team members were like, hey, we are still into our daily Scrum and we have not shared what we were supposed to share. Just 2 of the team members have completed sharing it. So they said that, hey, what kind of a Scrum Master we have got? Is she insane? So there were very cold vibes in the team, and I was not being welcomed in that team. But yes, at that time as a Scrum Master, I have to be tough. So on the 3rd day, I again blew up the whistle exactly after 15 minutes. This time, the 3 team members were able to complete their, I'll say format in which they are supposed to share. But again, they were like, hey, you have what Scrum Master we have got, what we will do, how we will complete our daily Scrum if she continues to behave like this. But can you imagine, this continued for a few days, and at the end of, I think, 6th day and the 7th day, the teams, they finished their daily scrum in 15 minutes. And they only shared the things which they were supposed to share in the daily scrum. So as an effective scrum master, sometimes you have to not make them learn, but let the team learn themselves. And as a coach, you just take a seat back and let the team learn themselves. So a very small example I'll take. It's just like, I remember that I have one of my uh, nephews, who was trying to touch the hot cup of water. And I was warning him not to touch that hot cup of water. But again, being a kid, so he was excited to touch that. If I'm told not to touch, I'll touch it and see. I said, okay, I thought to ignore him and let him try that. So, the moment he touched it, he got to know that, yes, I'm not supposed to touch this hot cup. And after that, I no longer have to tell him not to touch that hot cup. But yes, as a scrum master, you have to see that where you have to make your teams, make them learn, and where you can leave your teams to let them learn. As a scrum master, you have to see where you can take that risk of letting the team learn themselves. So just like you will never let your kid leave your hand and take a risk on the road. But yes, you will let your child touch that hot cup of milk to learn himself or herself. So as an effective scrum master, sometimes as a coach, take a back seat and let your teams learn themselves and be self-organized. Another example I remember from my coaching days and from my Scrum Master days, that as a Scrum Master, we face a lot of impediments. Few impediments are easy to remove, and some impediments are difficult to remove. We as Scrum Master are in the habit to seek for permission to remove the challenge. So one of my teams for whom I was the Scrum Master, they were facing the challenge where they have to update one of the tools, which was taking a long time to update. So they're coming and saying that, hey, finishing the task takes lesser time, but updating this tool takes a longer time. So I took this issue to the product owner, and he said, well, yes, you can try any freeware tool, but we are not having any, any spare budget to have a new tool in our place. I went back and I kept mum, but again, in the sprint retrospective, this issue was being raised. So it was a kind of becoming an impediment for my team. So I thought that, okay, team, I had a conversation with PO for this, but we are not having any spare budget to get a new tool. So can we think about developing some basic tools? And to my surprise, the team agreed. They were excited to create some basic tool for them. So yes, as a Scrum Master, I knew that I was challenging the system because it was one of the organization directive to use that tool. But I was sure that I was doing it for the right reasons. I was sure that I could justify my reason that why I was going for this basic tool and not letting the team use that company directive tool. So as an effective Scrum Master, you need to challenge the system if you know that you're breaking the protocol for the right reasons and you can justify them. Because if everybody followed the rules, nothing would ever change. Without change, there would be no progress. As a Scrum Master, we'll look at the areas of improvement of team. But as an effective Scrum Master, we need to find the strength of the team to overcome the weaknesses. I remember that, I was being made Scrum Master of one of the teams in the middle of their project because their Scrum Master had quit. And it was known to be one of the problematic teams, as sometimes we call it in our organizations. So, I went to their sprint planning meeting, and there the team was the product owner, if I remember her name correctly, I think Ellison. So she said, she was showing the top product backlog items, and the development team said that, Ellison, we will not be able to even pull the half of the items in this. And yes, the product owner, she was frustrated, and she said, it's every time that the teams are not being able to pick up because they are busy fixing the last sprint hot fixes. So Shipra, can something be done about this? So I said that I'm quite new, but let me figure it out. So I was seeing that there were some spikes in the product backlog. And I asked the team that, how about, can we have a quick discussion around these spikes? And the team, they were discussing with the product owner. They were discussing with the product owner. They were talking about the various risks. They were talking about the various solutions. So there are a lot of discussions, and I was quietly observing them. And at the end of the discussion, I could figure it out that yes, they were self-organizing and collaborative teams. And I said that, hey, can I make a comment that I have never seen such an awesome collaborative and self-organizing team. And you know what? All these team members were seeing at me thinking that, is she being sarcastic? I said that, hey guys, don't look at me like this way, because I'm not being sarcastic, because you're never being told what you are good at. You're always being told that you are one of the problems teams to work with. So as an effective Scrum Master, you need to find the strength of the teams to overcome the weaknesses. So as an effective Scrum Master, you need to ensure that you not only tell them the ways of working, not only enabling them to understand the Scrum framework, telling them the Scrum patterns, but you should also tell them to be agile. You should bring in that cultural change in the organization. You should also focus on the cultural change, on the ways of the thinking, and then together being agile and doing agile enables the actual agility. And then ensure that all these principles and values are also being followed when the teams are enacting and doing the Scrum practices to bring out the best results of agile frameworks you are using in your organization. Make them learn as a coach, but also as an effective Scrum Master, you have to leave your team sometimes to let them learn themselves to become more self-organized teams. As a Scrum Master, you are the impediment remover. So yes, seek permission to remove impediments, but also challenge all your perspectives about the impediments, because sometimes you need to break the protocol, but do it for the right reasons. As Scrum Master, yes, look for the areas of team improvement, but as an effective Scrum Master, find out the strengths of the team to overcome the weaknesses. Now we'll just take 2 minutes of an activity where think about the person you admire and why you admire. Yes, I get a few of the thoughts where, he empowers others to do some awesome things. He always listens to the issues and understand and have understanding. They make the movements lighter. They admire for the good working. And yes, so that's what Scrum Master, they need to have all these attributes. They should have empathetic, they should have commitment, they should have the listening, they should be persuasive, they should have the positive attitude, they should be good communicator, they should inspire the clear vision. So all these attributes help you in becoming an effective Scrum Master. So the question is that what Scrum Master should not do. So I've got one of the requests that what is the question. So we'll take another 30 seconds to close it. Can I request few more members? As I can see, they have still not put their videos on. So if I can request them, please. It's fine. Please, it's absolutely fine. I understand some people are apologizing. They could not put their camera on. So it's absolutely fine. I understand that. Yes, Scrum Master methodology, you can say Scrum framework is implemented in education field. So there is a lot of work going in the Agile world for, this Agile for non-IT sector. And a couple of things are coming up for the Scrum in education, Agile in HR, Agile in marketing. So yes, a lot of work is being going on for Agile in non-IT. So I see some questions that, see, as a Scrum Master, if you are from the non-technical background, and if you are, if you feel passionate being a Scrum Master, if you are, if you are enjoying this, this role, then I suggest that you do not have to build on the technical skills unless and until it is your priority or your passion. But yes, then you can look for the coaching side of the Agile world. Because yes, we do need a lot of good Agile coaches. And then another question is coming that, do we need to plan in Agile or there's no planning required? Yes, if you see the Agile manifesto, the 4th point says that responding to change over following a plan. So in Agile, we plan at every level. It's an onion level kind of a thing where we do we plan daily through daily Scrum. We plan every sprint about 2 to 4 weeks through sprint planning. We have a release planning where we can plan every 3 to 6 months. We have a vision. So yes, in Agile, it's actually the vice versa. We plan at every level. It's the daily, it's sprint wise, it's release wise, and it's the product